pitch. That one in the dirt, and that's how this game gets started. Swing and a miss, and 1-1.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
Swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2. And the right-hander deals. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Hacks and misses, it's a strikeout. Now Correa up to hit. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. One down, base is empty. And that one hammered. Trout ranges back. Back some more. And out of here. That one felt good. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0. So 1 out, nobody on. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Bryce Harper.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Next offering way upstairs. Bounced up the middle. Lindor on to first. Harper retires. And stepping in is the speedy David Wright. Between his size and his fastball, Bob Gibson probably was considered one of the most intimidating pitchers of all time. Deep drive down the line. Foul ball.
Yeah, just his demeanor out there on the mound. It was all business, and didn't talk, fraternize with the other team, and just ready to take care of business, do his job every day he was on the mound.
0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Seemed like if you take a big swing off of Gibson, you better make contact, because if you swing and miss, the next one's probably coming up near the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. And now, Trey Turner. This guy is an elite level hitter, especially considering contact, just the ability to hit for average. What you really like, though, stays in against those righties, and that's not so easy as a right-handed batter. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
There's some players, for whatever reasons, they seem to just face a slew of right-handed pitchers, and their comfort level increased so much that they actually prefer to face that same side thrower in a tough situation.
Started to swing, held up. Yeah, most guys struggle against the same side, whether it's left on left. They're right on right, and this guy's an exception. Here's a 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. And a 1-2. Got him. Snap throw. So digging in, Ken Griffey Jr. Swing and a bouncer. Into Donaldson's glove. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Mike Trout. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, It's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. The 1-0. Base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Against good pitchers, you got to take advantage of the mistakes. That was right in his wheelhouse, and he didn't miss a stitch.
Freddie Freeman, the next to hit, takes outside. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there are certain times the ball comes off the bat. Automatically, that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. Now the third baseman, Chipper Jones. They say you win. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. Trout, the lead runner at second. Freeman at first. 2 out of the inning. Squirts away a little bit, but no advance from the runners. 2 on, 2 outs. Whips it to first on the run. That ends the frame. Welcome back. New inning getting started. Stepping in, Chase Utley. Gibson back to work. And fouled off. The pitch. Fouled off. He was late.
Good zip on that fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he's there all day, it's going to be a tough one for the hitters.
Next offering upstairs.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Out to center. Turner should have it. And makes the grab. And there's one away. Here's Josh Donaldson. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
The wind of the pitch. In the dirt. On to first. In time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike.
Just not a good pitch to swing at. One reason he's an everyday player is he usually lays off of that junk.
David Ortiz, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike 1. Check swing, no appeal. 1-1 now. 1-0-1 on the gun, swing and a miss. Left-hand hitter waits. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at-bat, battling with 2 strikes. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Aaron Judge in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-1. Aaron Judge in 2016 got 95 plate appearances and hit just 179. He kept that number 179 in the notes section on phone the entire offseason. And then in 2017, he had 52 homers and won the Rookie of the Year. And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. He caught it behind his back. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now here's the switch hitting power threat, Francisco Lindor. Here comes a pitch. And first offering is fouled off. The 0-1. And he gets tied up right there.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
In the dirt. Santana with the throw to first. One up, one down.
Well, maybe approaching this at bat with a bit too much determination. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And that one gets down, fair ball. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs. But sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
And the righty deals. And that one fouled off.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Ramirez, the runner at second with one away. Swings and misses, struck him out. And now the catcher comes up to him, Joe Mauer. And first offering is fouled off. Man on second, two down. And down on strikes he goes. Snap throw behind the runner. Back here at the ballpark, top half of the third inning. Now it's the power speed combo. Ken Griffey Jr. New pitcher on now, Josh Hader. And this guy can bring it velocity-wise. The pitch. Griffey was an instant sensation when he burst onto the major league scene back in 1989. A sweet swinging 19-year-old kid, and he got to play alongside his dad. He was a special player. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. Chipper settles underneath it, and it's caught for the out. And here comes Carlos Correa. He's already homered in this one. Correa batting second in today's lineup, and he was born in Puerto Rico. That hits the dirt, 1-1.
Puerto Rico doesn't just produce baseball talent, it produces Hall of Fame talent from Roberto Clemente to Pudge Rodriguez.
At the belt and fires. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here's Bryce Harper. He's 0 for 1.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
That one inside. And it's a ball and a strike. And strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Textbook bat control right there. Got a pitch on the outside, saw it deep into the zone, and just barreled it up, went the other way for the knock.
Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
He was all over that one. Got a change up and a pretty good one, too. Outside corner, but he just got extended and put the barrel on it. Showed he has a lot of plate coverage on that swing right there.
Utley in the box now. Takes strike one. Next one misses. And the count even 1-1.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
First and second, 2 down. This is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground. Rendon throw to first. Out number 3. As we go to the last of the third. Trey Turner now.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
And first offering is fouled off. Turner in his 7th season, 29 years old, and he's usually a shortstop, but today he's starting in center. Back to the mound, tosses to first. Turner is out.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what it was supposed to do.
Fouls one off out of play. Back to our left.
Well, typically your best talent is up the middle from pitcher, shortstop, center fielder, and so no surprise that he's made the move from shortstop to center today.
Kicks and deals.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The punch out there. Snap throw. Here's Trout.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
That one fouled off. Check swing. He went. And it's 0-2. Ball one there.
The idea was right. Looking to locate that fastball up and in. He just missed his spot a little bit.
And a pitch. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Harper brings it in for the 3rd out. As we go to the top of the 4th. Now it's Josh Donaldson's turn to hit. So they turn things over to the righty, Dauri Moreta.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 1. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Griffey gets under it. And there's one down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Ortiz swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the 2nd time today. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Struck him out swinging. Pulled the string of a changeup. It's Aaron Judge now. Single to right in his first trip. And that's outside. Chris Judge has been an exit velocity monster, leading the league in exit velo in 17, 18, 19, 21, and 2022.
Yeah, he makes that hot corner at third base.
So now 1-2.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick.
And he chases that one. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. And welcome back. Bottom four. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. The wind of the pitch. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball.
You know, this group of hitters just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
And he deals. And that skips into dirt.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
2-2 now. Now a fly ball to right center. Griffey on his horse. Makes the grab, one away. So up next, Chipper Jones. Seeing you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Foul ball there.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Here's the 0-2. Check swing, and he held up. Got him. Snap throw. Now up to him, Francisco Lindor. He's 0 for 1. Fastball right back to the mound. On to first, Lindor retired. What a play, inning over. Welcome back. Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's the catcher, Carlos Santana. Looks like he wants the signs again. Moretta back to work. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Foul ball. And the 0-2. And that one in the air center field. Turner should have it. Puts the squeeze on that one. And there's one down. Next to hit, Ken Griffey Jr. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. And it's fouled away.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
0-2 now. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Got him swinging. Here's Carlos Correa. He's already homered in this game. Popped up, foul territory behind the play. Mauer under it. Makes the catch, inning over. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Now it's Jose Ramirez. The pitch. And ball one. In there at the knees. And the pitch. And a big swing and a miss.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Santana collects, fires to first. Got him. 1 away on the strikeout. Anthony Rendon making his way to the plate. Went down on strikes his first time through.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Strike 2.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some guys.
Throw to first. Out on the drop, third strike. 2 gone. Now the catcher up to hit, Joe Mauer. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
So far, this guy's been able to tease the strike zone, gets those swings and misses. Somebody's going to have to shorten up, be a little more patient, and make this guy work in the zone a little more.
The wide to kick the pitch. Check swing, and that's a ball. And that one hit 97 on the top 6. Now here is Bryce Harper. Aaron Luke takes over on the mound.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Well, Chris, what a career Bryce Harper has put together. On the cover of Sports Illustrated at the age of 16, first overall pick by the Nationals in 2010. He's won multiple MVPs, multiple All-Star appearances, and a Rookie of the Year to boot. Bryce Harper has turned out to be just as good as advertised.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Right. Now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. That misses the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, and has largely lived up to the hype. There hasn't been a more scrutinized ball player than Bryce Harper over the last 10 years. I mean, he's had a target on his back because of how well he did at a young age. But he's backed it up with a couple of MVPs and got his team to the World Series in 2022.
Standing in is the power hitting second baseman, Chase Utley. First offering, misses the mark. Hit on the ground to the right side. Down the line, and it's foul. Ball and a strike. Fought off foul. No outs, runners at first and second. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And here's the first baseman, Josh Donaldson. Number 78 taking over on the mound.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep him within striking distance.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Ripped into left center for a base hit. Runner around third. 1 runs in. Rendon with a relay throw. It's offline. The run comes in. 3-0.
Oh, that's a big at-bat coming through in the clutch to drive in a pair. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap. And when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
In the air, center field. Turner should have it. Puts it away for the out. Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. 1 for 2.
Well, you really couldn't ask for a better guy to be the face of the game of baseball. I mean, this is a guy that is so team-first oriented, doesn't like to talk about himself, will always defer and talk about his teammates. Just impressive.
Got him swinging. Slider got him for strike 3. Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the 6th. Here's Turner now. Gibson back to work.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through the inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Tired yet?
Getting there.
The 1-2. Got him. And that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. Here's a speed threat, Ken Griffey Jr. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field.
I get paid bi-weekly.
That's fine.
No waiting around right
So
there.
you do $100 and
On the first pitch.
you said you wanted those gate openers. I thought they were 30, but you said it was 40 something, you know.
And squared it up out front.
And
Man, that was like he was in the cage
plus
hitting
on
off
your
a tee.
paycheck, you know. You should have a high phone bill.
And there's a hit.
It's down to like 150.
They fired it quickly, so it's first and
Better than
second
what you
with
had
only
before.
one away.
Oh, is that your, where you had your elbows on
Freddie
your
Freeman
knees?
up to the dish.
Like, yeah.
I would have gave you some money this week. I didn't know if I was getting paid weekly or bi-weekly because he gave me extra for doing such a good job. And I paid like all the bills. I paid a lot of my bills up, my insurance and shit. And then so I got a couple $100 left to give me for next week. I got to fill my
Oh,
meds.
so you don't get this week paid?
No, so I didn't really know that. So I kind of, like I said, I paid a couple more bills. I left myself a little short. So when I get my check next, it's a bi-weekly check. So
Just misses the mark outside the
Paid,
zone.
so paid $100, so we make it the next time $100 and $100 and then maybe
It's a strikeout.
pity or something like that.
So first and second
There's
with
nothing
2
you
outs.
can get under $5.
Chipper
Nothing.
Jones now at the plate.
Nothing.
The switch hitter batting right.
You know that shake and bake, you put the pork chops in, $1.98. You know how much it is now? Over $4 for friggin' breadcrumbs. I mean, there's nothing you can buy. Have you seen the meat?
At second,
$24, $34 a steak. Who the hell can afford this? It's outrageous.
no, but we gotta eat healthy.
They get the force. That's out number 3. And welcome back. Top of inning number 7. And here's the catcher, Carlos Santana. New pitcher now, Ryan Helsley. And he has some nasty breaking stuff. And the pitch. And there's a strike.
Well, these guys, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Just look at how the ball's coming off their bats, and tell me it's fun playing defense at this level. They've got 7 hits at 90+ miles per hour exit velocity, so you got to look alive out there.
Junior at the plate now as he chases after that one. And a swing and a miss. This ball's chopped to the ground. Throw is low, and he can't pick it. Runner on at first with one gone. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Carlos Correa. He's already homered here in this one. Move over to first, try to keep him close. Swings through that one. 0-1.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone, right there.
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the inning. Welcome back, and now it's Frankie Lindor. The pitch. Swings through that one for strike one.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Righty to the plate. Chases that one out of the zone. Snap throw. Here's Jose Ramirez.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
Righty delivers. Out towards left center. Judge settles under it and makes the catch. And that quickly 2 away. Now it's Anthony Rendon. That's in there. Strike one. Swing and a miss, and he waves at that one. And 1-2. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. We go to the 8th, and now the right fielder, Bryce Harper. Pitching change here, Jose Alvarado.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter. Coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
The pitch. Swing and a miss, blew it by him at 99.
Boom, that's cheddar, baby.
This one smacked out to left center. And an automatic double as it hops the fence. And next will be the cleanup hitter, David Wright. That to right. Trout makes the catch, and there's one gone. Now it's the second baseman, Chase Utley. In the air out to center. Turner snags it for the second out. And now the first baseman, Josh Donaldson, 1 for 3. And that is cut on and missed. That's strike 1.
2 people quit right in my office already.
Yeah.
Body shop quit. I mean,
you're just a fucking number.
well, didn't he walk? Some of them walked. He was gonna. Well, first, remember John Davis? Remember John Davis? Big fella.
The names.
He was over at the body shop. He left. Then somebody else came. He left.
Guinea pig. If they would have paid me like a service advisor, there'd have been no fucking
Well, that was Jerome's crap. But anyway, they all quit. Now they all
Hear me
quit.
out though, like if when DJ told, recommended me and this and that, like I was doing a good job. I was fixing it. You know what I mean? Like that.
But it was new to Jerome. He didn't know how to handle it. He thought he was just.
And it's like, give someone at least 90 days. You know, like it wasn't even 30 days.
Anyway, so there's just going to be Kathleen and me. Hold on a second.
On the ground to third. Into Donaldson's glove. And they get Turner for the out. Ken Griffey Jr. the next to hit.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner into center.
Anyway, it's just going to be Kathleen and me, so I don't know if they're going to ask me to work maybe more days. I don't want to work more days. Maybe one more, but I don't want to.
You need to, or you could take this approach. Is
Yeah, he swings
almost
and
be an HR, but a trainer. And when you hire someone, you're fucking training them. You know what I mean? Like, because you obviously, it'd be a way for you to not have to work those stressful, hours. Hold on, to finish. You can get paid because that, obviously they can't find you to replace you, right? So you can say, look, I can't fucking keep working until I die. But I'll sit back here and manage these people, make sure and create a system, because that's exactly what I was trying to say. When I was getting that body shop going, remember I was running all the way over to Lexus.
Frank quit.
Yeah, listen.
Frank?
Yes,
yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
I used to have to run all the way over to Lexus to do bids. I'd be out in the fucking mid parking lot.
Yeah.
Customers would pull up, and they're always calling looking for me, couldn't find me. So then, I started putting like little systems in place. Sean will take care of the ones at Lexus or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't even have a computer back there. So, and then it was like, big fucking deals. Because I'm seeing all the ROs, all these service advisors. And I'm like, Mitch, dude, like, everyone I get, will you give me a kickback? Because I had my own fucking RO, like, service number and shit.
Yeah.
But they wasn't paying me. And then we got all the systems down, and then when they would bring a car in, fucking Drum's buddy, fucking wrecked his car, they need it painted tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, like, I always left the fucking slot for emergencies, and then I kept track of every fucking car, like, quick, who needed it, blah, blah, blah. And, like, finally was getting those little systems down, and then that's when they replaced it. But that's what I was saying is, just sit down, think of how to approach it that way.
Well, the thing is, we got a replacement for me.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You have to find somebody who's actually interested. because they know that Kathleen and I pick up the pieces and
And you
finish
just
it.
still
It
to
is
another
sixth
person.
season.
But if you sit someone down
And he was born in
and
Venezuela.
just sit over their back and make them do it, and then,
Yeah.
you know, don't show them, because, you know, when I would learn something, I can watch someone do it 15 times and soon as say, okay, your turn. I'm like, I don't fucking know what to do, right? You gotta actually do it to learn it, and just say, look, you know, I'm not gonna
Right side.
start them out small, whatever. You know what I mean? It's not that hard, but like, there are people that give a shit.
Yeah, but see,
And you gotta, but just like,
there's young people that don't give a shit because they say, oh, there's these
that's
old
why
women.
you say, let me
Yeah.
interview the people,
Slice the
or
other
that's what I'm
way,
saying,
that's a
like,
base hit.
there's a way in if you just think about it outside the box, right?
I'm sure he feels
You're
really
used
good
to just
about
being
that
like,
one.
I'm
Just
another
to
person.
cook it down the middle. I
You
mean,
know
those
how
are the ones
stressful. You don't want to get up at fucking Monday morning and go in there because you know that you gotta clean up all the fucking shit that they didn't want to fuck with on Saturday, right?
See, when
And
Kathleen
they
is,
rely on you
when
to do it.
Kathleen is there, the report comes out good. When I'm there, the report comes out good. But I always let the other girl do it. She says, I'm not coming out right. I said, what did you do? She added it and marked it out
Right.
and deducted. I said, no, whatever you add, this is what you got. This is the money you took in. Now you start deducting.
So,
And it
right.
came out perfect. They just,
Okay, so that was a mistake. People make mistakes.
no, it's not the first time.
Okay, like,
She's not getting it. She's
well,
not.
then
It
go
bounces
with a
out.
different approach. These kids, they have access to a lot of information. They don't have real life experiences.
No.
They went through COVID. They've been sheltered. They've been on their phone.
Yeah.
So you go at it with a little kind of baby gloves. Like, you're really talking to a kid. No one's fucking taught them anything. You know, be easy on the person or whatever. And yeah, I'm sure there's not the best people come through the world, but there are some good people that come
Well, like I
through.
said, I work 2 days a week, and I might help out one day, but that's not all I want
You
to
keep
do.
saying that, but you can easily take advantage of the situation.
Well, now there's another one missing. The other one is fixed.
Exactly. So you have the most leverage. How much more leverage do you need?
But the one-
No one is there.
But my replacement, I think she's going to go too.
That's my point.
So just,
That's my point. Is that good for them or you?
That catches the outside.
If you were trying to
well, since
negotiate,
I'm retired,
if you were
doesn't matter.
trying to negotiate something, who has the leverage when your replacement just quit? You do.
I guess
They
I do.
desperately fucking need you. See, let's come up with a different plan. I work the same amount of hours, you pay me fucking more, and every dumbass you come in here, I will train them. You'll never close a report again. Okay? You will watch them do it, or have them do it. If they make a mistake, you show them where you make a mistake. That's what you did wrong. Okay? No big deal. If they stick around, hey, cool. This is it. If they start making the same mistake repeatedly and start checking out, then it's like, okay, you know what? Like, whatever. And then next thing you know, you'll get two girls in there that'll like each other, and they'll actually be like, okay, you know, and then you can fucking ride it out, not so high stress.
well, I'll find out tomorrow.
But think about it, do it, don't go like I said, and just never ever fucking change. Because that shit leads to stagnation.
Well,
Just like the dog.
Guys are just more confident. They
Jesus
just
fucking
have
Christ,
out of the
you
hand
know?
of the pitcher. They don't
Be
care
cool
if
to
they
try it.
fly, don't want.
What's the worst thing to happen? Have these fucking smiles on our faces? Have the cat fucking play with something? Go meet people? You know, change our lives?
Misses, that's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. So they're down to their final out. And
Oh, I don't fucking listen to all these dipshits for fucking nothing.
Outfield playing very
I haven't put
deep
myself
and
in this
wanted
situation for
eight over
nothing.
their heads. Little chopper rolls
You have some
foul.
fucking common sense. I do know how to be successful and make money. And see opportunity.
He waves it that way.
He's in a great spot right here. Ahead in the count 0-2. All four pitches in play right here, partner.
Lifted in the air, out to left. And that is the ball game.
Well, someone from the bullpen had to come in, get a big out, and then had a little time to think about it before he went back out to get the final 3 outs of this ball game. Nonetheless, outstanding job to get the save and secure the win for his team.
A shutout in this one, 3-0 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Schaumburg. Thanks for joining us.
to Chris Voss. Because if you're going to go into a negotiation, this guy was he is the FBI world top negotiator. But anytime there was like the hierarchy small, right? They're negotiating. The main thing that, having something like people in South America that could not get the children. He's there on the I don't know how most places hire people to fill out gas, who will come in, usually 12 so it's really hard. I don't know how many people come it's almost like you start to call right? So one thing that I've done, because I have experience with it. Remember when you guys said every time you have to call for service or order, you always should have why does it? Exactly. So I led by you. You know what I mean? I didn't give a fuck. You know, I remember literally like, you know, if they're having control of that or whatever, and there's going on the market, you know, if you just want to fucking come out and do whatever. And they're like, ready? Because they treat you like shit. I mean, I got rode up at Lexus for fucking drinking my breakfast at 8:35 in the morning over the summer because they didn't have nothing to do and they were fucking losing business. And it was like, well, let's go right Chris up. But you know, I was walking around the parking lot like every morning. The first thing we did at Lexus was fill in the holes of all the used cars that got tested or the newer ones that the fucking salesman was too fucking lazy to park in the right spot. You know what I mean? Or if a car got sold, we could move one. So half the time I was in a fucking car holding my cup. And they still got rode up for it. Just tell them, look, I'll take control and I'll tell you guys what's going on. And then you call me and go, Chris, fucking it worked. Now what? That's just like when me and Ron did that car lot in Lehigh. We turned that into the best car lot out of all 8 of them. You know, I've already told them stories about that. And then even when Ron got ripped off $15,000, you know, like the most aggressive thing was while he waited to see if it was okay, he fucking stepped it up. So like, really, you know, I mean, he could have just fucking, you know, eased off the gas. But me and him continued to let you guys fucking stay with this. And then eventually he had to draw a line and say, I'm not gonna fucking base. But then the other people didn't even know what to do. I literally remember walking in one time going, big brand and I go to the new car. Yep. And then I remember like the last couple of days, I literally started watching like games from season 1. They weren't selling cars. They're not watching cars. They weren't getting new cars. So the team was like really hard, but just the fact that they weren't selling all that. So I just did it. Because all they're doing in there is the same thing. They quit.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show brings you Diamond Dynasty Baseball. It's the Dominican Republic going up against Cincinnati. We got a couple of all-star teams squaring off. First pitch coming your way next. All right, ready to get underway. Here's some real power at the plate. Luis Garcia. The pitch. And a foul ball left side. And now the count is even. And that's downstairs and outside. Bounce to the right. Arise. Gathers and throws to first. One out in the top of the first. Jonathan India at the plate. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. And that one just missed off the outside edge. The Reds certainly hit on their first-round pick in 2018 when they took Jonathan India, the former Florida Gator. He turned into the National League Rookie of the Year in 2021.
Just an incredible season with the Cincinnati Reds that year.
Dominic Fletcher digs in now.
He's a big, strong guy, can untie this game with one swing.
And first offering is fouled off. A wind of the pitch. In the dirt. And now it's even 1-1. Lifted in the air, right field. Rosario settles underneath it. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. Here's a big power threat. Jorge Mateo. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
Mateo checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. No swing. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Now you see even sluggers from time to time try and use the bunt really as a way to beat the shift. Next pitch is in the dirt, and the count is even 2-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Now it's Jose Ramirez. That misses. Ball one. High fly ball out to center field. Fletcher moving under it. He's got it, and there's two away. Here's Matt Chapman. When you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. That's inside, and that's ball one.
This guy plays third base like he's a shortstop, and he welcomes the difficult play, can throw from so many different angles, and makes really tough plays look very easy.
The wind of the pitch. Down the line, it's a base hit.
Everything came together for him. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Here's Eddie Rosario. Throws across the diamond. That's the third out. Inning over.
San Francisco is the collapse of their downtown.
All set for the start of the inning. And now the switch hitting catcher, Patrick Bailey.
So we're talking about how all of that works together. Of course, I've been talking about it all day. Civil War. And I'll just say it here, as you know, we'll get into it later on in the show, perhaps. We might not, but, you know, because we talked about Clinton. Hillary Clinton mocking Donald Trump as being indicted, first time president to be federally indicted in the history of the United States. Joe Biden is criminally charging his main...
Time called now as the pitching coach makes his way to the mound. A couple of relievers warming up out there in the pen. The left-hander on now, Josh Hader. He has a great slider with tons of movement. And he deals. Good eye right there. Next offering is in the dirt.
Not showing great command so far in this at-bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here or this could get ugly.
Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss at 99 miles an hour. Swings and misses, struck him out. And now it's Mark Vientos. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Now 1-1. Second inning here, no score. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. Swings and misses, struck him out. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3. And now Eddie Rosario. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. And there's a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Tried to get inside on him, but he was ready for it. Just kept his hands in and turned on the pitch. Quick bat through the zone.
Fly ball to right. Rosario puts the squeeze on that one, and that is that.
In the meantime, again, timcast.com/mobile-app.
Bottom of the second, and now Brent Rooker. The line of the pitch. Check swing, but he went too far. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time. Next offering down low and in the dirt. On the ground, right side. In plenty of time to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second. And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. Flips the corner, strike 1. And that one is inside ball 1.
My expression is there are two sexes, zero genders and ethnic personalities. Our children are beautiful just as they are.
Check swing, appeal to first. No swing, just held it back there. Swing and a pop-up. Garcia pulls it in, and there's 2 away. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart.
At the plate, Jonah Heim.
There's one guy that I can think about who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. And a swing and a miss. Third out, and that ends the frame.
person and witnesses observed him making threats. Assistant District Attorney Joshua Steinglass told the judge.
Well, here we go, top of the third, scoreless game. Here's the third baseman, Gunnar Henderson. Hader back to work. That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. They're still chasing it as he rounds second. And he's got a triple. Go-ahead run on third and nobody out.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so great job there stepping up to the challenge. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Number 78 gets the ball now. Here's Tyler O'Neill. He swings and fouls one off. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a foul straight back.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he...
In the air, fairly deep to right field. Rosario makes the grab. Here comes the runner from third. He'll score on the sac fly. On the board first, it's 1-0.
Well, we finally have a score in this ball game. Sac fly, nice job of manufacturing a run, and that could end up being a big run at this rate.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock.
It is shocking to me that there are women in New York City with all of that going on.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Good extension on that swing. Took the pitch on the outside part of the plate and drove it up the middle. He let it travel just enough.
None of these people have any ability to...
And here is Jonathan India. First pitch swinging. Garcia leads off first with one away. This one blasted deep to left. Way out of here. Home run. He'll circle the bases, and they add on. It's 3-0. And now the center fielder, Dominic Fletcher. 0 for 1 with a flyout. And first offering is fouled off. Right-handed reliever. Swings and misses. 0-2 now.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good. And then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Got it by him for the K.
That's for a very simple reason. Because the media wants us to
swing and a ball popped up. And that is that.
This is by design. They want criminals to overrun the cities. They want to make life as unchallenging as possible because this is something Marxists virtually always do when they're trying to upset the social order. Make things as unstable for people as possible. Just generally make cities unlivable.
Back at Hilldale Park, here's the second baseman, Luis Arias. Pitch. Inside, just missed. Trinan, 30 years old now, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Kansas.
Yeah, that was a good headline. Ice cream shop that supported the funding.
Just missed.
It seems like, as I would say, it's a chaotic or destructive force.
Swings and misses. It's 2-2.
I can't.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And the right-hander deals. On the ground to first. Here's the tag, and he's out. So the lineup flips over. Jorge Mateo now led off the game with a strikeout. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
Right, so we're going to defund the police, and then we're also going to prosecute you when you defend yourself, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to ensure it's as difficult.
One down, base is empty.
Get a firearm to protect yourself.
Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Gets it there in time, though, and a tough play with a fast runner, but they get the out. So it's their last chance in this one. Here's Jose Ramirez. That one's in there, 0-1.
City blocks in Seattle, and not only did no one in the media call it an insurrection, but ironically enough, this was done in order to protest police violence.
2 outs.
And then over the course of this being set up,
fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
They set up. So they'll try to pursue these insane utilities
on the ground to third.
Without actually knowing anything.
And that is the ball game.
This is just a nice win. 3-0 ball game. You feel comfortable about the 3 runs that you scored, but you also know that if you're not careful, a fluke, a base hit, the home run ties everything up. But it was great pitching. Timely hitting really made the difference.
Conflict in this country and the risk of civil war. 2017 was an article in New Yorker. I went back over that article today because we just saw the president federally indicted by, the former president, future president, we saw Donald Trump indicted federally by Joe Biden. So this is a president targeting his political life. That's the highest level. That's it. What I was saying back then was all of these conflicts that we're seeing, this political conflict, it will reach higher and higher levels of politics. And I was told that I was praising that as one thing. Now what we're seeing, and the reason I bring this up in this context, is the people that are celebrating a former Marine trying to save lives, celebrating his criminal indictment, arrest and charges, when he was trying to protect people, it seems like opposite day. It seems like an inversion on American morals and values. It seems like literally bizarro. Yeah, this is what happens when you go led by their emotions and not logic. When they're giving away, like, you look at the pictures of this NBC, ABC News article, there it shows Daniel Penny, bad guy. I mean, he's got handcuffs on, he's got looks got shadow on his face. Then you scroll down and you see the other guy. Oh yeah, this guy. Look at this glamour picture. Like, this is the guy who's screaming he was going to kill people on the subway. But man, you're not going to know that by looking at a beautiful picture of it. That really nice lighting and sitting back. So I think what happened is this guy walked on the train and was like, I'm going to kill something. But he wasn't specifically targeting any one person.
Here at the bottom of the ninth, 1 out. And now Jake Burger.
Oh, how he'd love to walk it off right here.
Apparently they all went like one side to the other. Like, he wasn't, that is common, maybe not common New York behavior, but that is like if you were ridden the New York subway, you know when the guy starts screaming.
Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
And that one missing low.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Pitch misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. Righty to the plate.
Base
hit, that'll do it. In comes the winning run, and the White Sox walk it off and win it 3-2. Jake Burger steps to the plate for the White Sox. Slapped foul.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
And he grounds one to the right side. There's one. Oh, he gloves it. Across is the winning run, and they walk it off and win it 3-2. Jake Burger steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Oh, how he'd love to walk it off right here.
They say you win. Next pitch misses way outside.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Winning run at third, 1 down. Swing and a miss, and now 2-2. Ripped to third and caught. To second with the throw and no chance to get back into double play.
Single time there's a story of a police officer shooting somebody in the news, the media has this unwritten rule. Never show a mugshot. Never show a picture of this person in police custody. Always show them when they were younger. Always show them in their most attractive moment. And then this guy's on trial, and of course, they have to represent him as some kind of violent maniac and not someone who did something reasonable and tried to help people. But they're showing even they show a photo of Elly in handcuffs, including scowling, right? They show the perpetrator. Person who was the aggressor, the glamour shot, silhouettes of the victim. Yeah, absolutely. This, yeah.
Next for the Brewers, Owen Miller.
The media intentionally wants to cut and rip apart and destroy. The legal system is playing the lapdog of the media, whether it wants to or not. Like, they don't want their careers to be ruined.
And a pitch. That one missing inside.
But I'm wondering if they did. I haven't seen it yet. Was it an emotional plea? Because if he hasn't captured
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
In there. And so now 1-2.
People in New York, I'm sure, will actually convict him. Because they're probably going to be like, there will be regular people saying, I experienced this, no way to get him.
In the dirt, blocked. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
And people smashing windows and setting fires. After a couple of those, then the jury will go in under armed protection. I guess I'll do it.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
I mean, there's a question that the United States has to ask itself.
And here it comes. And down on strikes. One away.
You really have to ask yourself the question, who are you rooting for, right? When you look at these stories, when you analyze anything the media is talking about, when you're looking at public policy, you're trying to ask, who is this rooting for? Who is this helping?
We'll take a look at this story from the Times. Left field gives up
Pitches in there. And that is strike one.
He's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
At the belt and fires. Swing and a ball popped up. Squeezes it. And there's one down.
Oh, it's a frustrating at bat.
Maybe it's only going to be easy for the streets. But this city has been gutted and destroyed. And the question to ask is, should we be happy or sad?
And that one fouled off. Tellez on second. Contreras at first. 2 out of the inning. Out towards right center field. Melendez makes the grab, and that'll end the inning.
This is something that is being destroyed by people who didn't know it. It's always very important. This city was built up by their parents and grandparents and great-grandparents.
Down the third baseman, Owen Miller. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
Or beautiful things that I've made, or beautiful to make, or interesting making. That makes me mad, and I want to rip it all apart. And so when they start to do
first
that,
pitch, not close.
That say things like,
2 outs, couple of base runners in first and second.
As long as it's less than $900 worth of theft that's occurred.
Ripped to the right center, and now maybe extra bases.
Short-term.
One run across. Not in time. He's safe. It's 8-2.
We go back to when they passed that law and some store, they're like, well, I don't know if it was a law or a policy or whatever. Anything under $990 or whatever, you would not be criminally charged if you stole. And then even they started seeing videos of people putting garbage bags full of merchandise. Well, I guess because none of those items equal up to $1,000. So they would just start dumping entire shelves in the bags on their bike and then right out there to shirts.
I wouldn't make people keep it. If they get arrested, they get let out a couple hours later and they go right back and they do this 20 times. And then we have these employees that do that, who reported on or tried to stop them.
They just filmed it.
They just filmed it, and they got fired just for filming because the policies don't intervene.
They went outside with Bob and filming or something like that. Well, I've mentioned this 100 times on the show, but anytime someone's doing something degenerate, immoral, or destructive, you have to engage in every level of socio-economic analysis to excuse their behavior. They were only stealing from that store because we didn't spend enough public money on the library in their neighborhood, or they didn't have a good enough public school. But then when these people film someone who's stealing something from their store, which is an abundantly reasonable reaction to people committing an act of theft in front of you, they're evil, they have to be fired, there's no mercy, we don't engage in any kind of analysis, and their behavior we just dispense with. We need to be with the AOC cheering or demanding charges for a crime, saying that, we were murder. Murder after murder, how's that happen? They're creating the problem, they're exacerbating the crime, and that they're trying
and up to the plate is Will Smith.
Who tries to protect themselves. They genuinely don't want people to be these things.
And where did this all come from? We have communism being rebranded.
The pitch. And that one is inside.
Same policies. It's the theory that there is class warfare, there's an oppressive class, and there are the oppressed.
Smoked on the ground a second. To first, run scores, and that makes it.
But Marxism has been rebranded to be equity. And up in Canada, where I'm from, we even have the conservative leaders calling for an equitable society.
Clips the corner. That's strike one.
That's not what we want. We want equality of opportunity. If Martin Luther King were alive today,
there's a line drive to left field.
Black face of white supremacy.
Weimer puts it away, and a couple of quick outs.
For equality of opportunity, he would be aghast at what's happening today.
I mean, but we're also talking about the civil rights era back in the 50s and stuff, so he's fairly conservative on a lot of issues. And I don't know what his religious background was. Martin Luther King? Yeah, obviously he's Christian, but I don't know which sex he's in.
First offering misses the mark.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
I deal with these crazy people all the time.
Good hitters count the 2-0. That one is absolutely belted. And it slams off the bottom of the wall. One runs in. Throw cut off, now to the plate. It's offline, and he scores. 5-4 now as they take the lead.
That's happened to him as well. Because he was recently disintegrated when I was assaulted. No, the main police officer who was there to investigate a previous assault that I smiled as I was getting assaulted.
That one off the mark, and that is ball one.
Well, don't count. Look for him to be aggressive here. He gets some runners on base, an opportunity to catch a mistake, and put some runs up on the board.
He's like, me. He's like, they attacked me. He's like, don't care. You get out now or you're getting arrested. I've been telling people.
That was the street creatures as well.
The police are going to
Jack Swing went around. Now 1-2.
there was a pride event happening, and I was in the street, and we started to put a Bible verse, and the cops just grabbed him and arrested him. Because the cops...
Line drive, base hit. Around third.
Yeah.
He'll score, and they lead by 2.
Backfires every time. I got charged with positive steering after getting assaulted by a union rep, actually, of the British public government. And I was hoping it would go to trial because this was a stand-up picture, but of course, one day before my first hearing, the charge gets dismissed. In the meantime, I was banned from walking on all these streets in the middle of downtown Vancouver. But all it does is bring in more support for the cause, so it backfires every time. And we have to, I mean, we have to expose this every time, but we have to also take it and use it in our favor. As we have been doing this work, people are literally have to find it.
Yeah. You just worry, though, and I think there's kind of an intellectual and governmental arms race occurring, which is the left is trying to become as powerful as possible against over the average person before people wake up to what's happening. Right? Ideally for them, everyone hasn't woken up to what they're doing and what they're trying to do until it's already too late and they have all of the power. So we have to get as many people as possible informed before we get to the point where they're literally able to do whatever they want. And it's getting close. I mean, it really is getting very close.
My biggest concern for all of this is because that's where these kids are really getting involved. Yes, a lot of them have leftist parents or whatever, but they get into these universities, these are indoctrination stations.
I disagree.
Okay.
I think it's TikTok. I think it's
that for sure.
Yeah, it's in high schools too.
Especially for the younger kids.
I think kids are starting to push back, but I think, you know, I've had this debate with Dr. Elly, who shares similar view to yours, that this stuff originates in universities, and I think a component of it does. But I think social media algorithms have perpetuated this. The reason why we're seeing so many companies now backtrack and panic, everyone's like, oh, ESG is driving this stuff. I'm like, I don't think so. I think this stuff is driving ESG, or there's some correlation, but not a direct causation. Target said they wanted to hide their prime merchandise in some stores. The bottom line is everything. And if their cost-benefit analysis is, we make money when we do Pride stuff, they'll keep doing it. Not the Bud Light thing happened. They're starting to say, we actually are going to lose a lot of money if we do this and stop doing it. So I think that's actually a very promising sign. I do think there's something turning around here, and I think we are on a major path to victory. Yeah. I've been hearing some crazy stuff. Like people who are completely outside of politics, posting things on YouTube and stuff and saying like, hey man, I'm not cool with this. People are
That's me.
Well, no,
it was me. Yeah.
But yeah, what is...
I used to be in the investment arena. I used to have a real job before I was a crazy billboard person standing out on the street getting assaulted and arrested. But it amazed me that Wall Street essentially was captured by communism, because that's as capitalist as we get. Yet we have ESG coming through the back door, and you mentioned ESG. Why is ESG capturing Wall Street? Well, ultimately, that even comes down to communism, because you have firms like BlackRock managing this $30 billion pension fund or whatever it is in California. And you get the leftist politicians pressuring BlackRock that if you don't start pushing our agenda, we're not going to let you manage our gigantic pension fund. So ultimately, they bow down to some of these pressures, and they start, in turn, putting these pressures on the companies that they invest in, otherwise they don't invest in them. And when it comes to investing, it's all about the institutional investments that these corporations care about. They don't care about the retail investments, it's all about the institutions. And so kind of through this back door, they've gotten in there. But all of this is coming from so many directions. It's the left, it's the blue, it's the
right.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, the activist organizations exist. What I see happening is if it was about what's socially acceptable and what's not. Before the internet, racism is not socially acceptable. Most bigotry, hate speech, all stuff, people are like, hey, we don't want to do that because it costs us money. If I'm selling donuts in a donut shop, the last thing we want is for someone to feel like welcome to stop buying things. That simple component, along with the 1964 Civil Rights Act, which enshrined civil rights, created algorithmic pressures. You end up with social media running two different worlds right away. One was nationalistic, one was progressive. The progressive one seemed to be more socially acceptable because it was in line with movies and Hollywood and things like that. The nationalistic one seemed to be conservative, so it's no good. So what do? Facebook almost immediately starts having conservative stories pulled from their trending news tab. That was the big breaking revelation of this photo. Then they start, from like 2007, 2008, start actively promoting as much as possible things that were socially acceptable. So companies started mass-producing articles that just played the social justice game because that's what was getting promoted, that's what made them money. So if you've got a kid, 9 years old, in 2009, and they just get on Facebook for the first time, they're supposed to be 13, but let's say they're hanging out on a cell phone and they find a way to get on it, all they see every day are videos of black people being beaten by police. Why? Because it made money for corporations. That's the only reason. Media websites make money off of them. That kid, 9 years old, all he sees. Now he's 23. His whole world growing up, only thing he ever saw was these kinds of videos. Then you end up with that video where it was Nuance Bro. I don't know if you saw this one. Nuance Bro is having a Twitter space with this Gen Z for Change guy. And the Gen Z for Change guy said 30% of black people are killed each year. Like, just by the police. By the way, a number so insane. Nuance Bro is like, that means all black people would be dead in 3 years or so. Are you nuts? And then the kid goes, would you agree that 15-20% is more fair? And then they're just dying laughing like, have you lost your mind? No, they never had it. That's why, I think it's the algorithms that are manipulating these kids into believing this fictitious version of the world. And then you end up with other people saying they're delusional or they're crazy, and I'm like, no, there's a difference. Someone may be suffering a disability, an ailment, a developmental disability, is absolutely different from a kid growing up and being lied to their whole life.
Yes. The problem with society today, so we think we're this advanced society. I said this on video the other day about when talking about the transition of this. We think we're this advanced society, technologically and all that we are. Yet psychologically, we're the same as cavemen used to be. Our minds are very malleable. We're prone to groupthink. We're prone to mass psychosis. And now you bring in social media and these algorithms, and it's so easy to manipulate vast swaths of the population. And that is what's happening. And you say this isn't necessarily coming from the universities, but all these people working at these social media companies, a lot of them became radicalized and got pushed further left while they were going to universities and they didn't stop.
Facebook was built at a university. Yes. By Mark Zuckerberg while he was at the university. But why is it in, pre-2016, Twitter is the free speech within the free speech party, and then all of a sudden it's supposed to change? That, I think, may have been the result of the election of Donald Trump. You see that video where Google executives are crying and saying, I can't believe what this happened, and things like that. Why is it that in the early days of these websites, these media companies that were getting traction, the one I often cite is Mike.com, which is both progressive. What started it was Ron Paul Libertarian. Because it wasn't. And these are the same people who went to university, started these companies, at the time, held very different views. And then it changed. I think the reason is, over a long enough period of time, the pressure is on, conservative view bad, liberal view good, then you end up with hyperpolarization toward the liberal and the banning of conservative ideas. I don't think it's anything to do with universities. Universities theoretically should take generations to indoctrinate society. You're there for a few years, you come out, and then you're dumped right back into society. Spending a few years in an indoctrination center, you come out, you have those ideas, you try to apply that pressure on the rest of the country, which is millions and millions of people. You will hold those views, but it's not going to be as pronounced because you can only go so far.
But why are conservatives so hesitant to express their views? Because I go to universities and hang out on campus for hours, days at a time, and I have these conversations about child transition or whatever, and I have a sign that's very basic that says children cannot consent to puberty blockers. The conservatives have to hide their views. They come up to me in silence. I can hardly ever show our conversations.
Well, that's just that.
But this is just the way it's set up. You're allowed to have these radical leftist views, but you're not allowed to have a normal view. Let's call them conservative views. They're not even conservative. They're just normal.
But this is exactly what I was explaining, right? It used to be back in the day that all of our information on airwaves came from television or radio, newspaper, but mostly TV, and everything. And so you had a small handful of networks that dictated what was. So we all basically agreed on what was. It was socially acceptable. Now, what is allowed to be on the internet is what is socially acceptable. And now, what is allowed to be on the internet is actually changing. It gets heavily censorious. It goes back and forth. You do pitches policies. Of course, these big tech companies have gone very, very low. Elon Musk buying Twitter has started to change the game on what is allowed. Rumble's emergence started changing the game on what is allowed because these companies they'll collapse. What I think is, first, cowardice and bravery, they don't mean that you all are not scared. Bravery is when you are scared, you act regardless of your fear. Cowardice is you do not act because of your fear. right? And I'm not saying to be a dick to people. I'm saying people are offended by being called cowards because it has a negative connotation. But if you are too scared to say how you really feel, how you really, because that is cowardice. And if you are offended by being called that, I think that's internal to you, right? I think someone who refuses to act in the face of fear and danger, despite knowing that they must, and of course important things to be done, is cowardice. Seeing someone facing, the enemy troops are coming in, and they drop their weapon and they run full speed, knowing they needed to defend their homeland or whatever. We call that cowardice. Bravery and heroism is knowing that you might die in a great battle in World War II, but you charge those beaches anyway because you have no choice. That's how we define these things. I feel bad for a lot of these people who know that they could lose their jobs, could destroy their lives, could destroy their families. But the reality is, if every single person just spoke up, there would be no power there anyway.
Right.
The issue, I believe, is that the majority of people are only acting based on what they feel is socially acceptable, what is the quote-unquote right side of history. And the reason why now we are seeing companies back down because of Bud Light, we're seeing Starbucks, the workers union saying they're being told to take pride decorations down, but the company is denying it. I don't believe the company. The major corporations worry about their stock price or their bottom line. The workers are ideological, and there's videos of decorations being taken down. So that seems to be more likely, but who knows? Who knows? All of a sudden now we're seeing prominent personalities come out and say, hey, I'm not okay with this. More people are starting to speak up. Why? The Bud Light effect showed people mathematically and definitively there is a large faction of people in this country who do not like what's happening. When the sales drop by 30% and it persists for now 2.5 months, you start to see people say, is it cool now to do this? Well, here's what happens. The people who started making videos about Bud Light are getting millions of hits. Now it's definitive. Now if you're a regular person, you don't know what's up, what's down. All you know is, hey man,
Diamond Dynasty Baseball on tap tonight. It's Cincinnati going up against the Oakland Athletics.
Now,
all right, we'll be back to get this one started after this.
It's never the leaders who are the most important people. It's always the first followers. Because those first followers make it okay for other people to come along. And that's exactly what we're seeing today. Canada, this last week, we had the biggest protest against gender ideology in Canadian history, led by myself and a student, a 17-year-old boy who got kicked out of his Catholic school because he stood up for some
misses the zone, and away we go here in Oakland.
Refuses to yield to his scientific fact.
Late with the swing there. He got fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Whereas 2 years ago, I couldn't get 3 people to come out of them. And we're seeing this all over North America now, and it's not going to stop.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
To give everybody a good bit of optimism.
So digging in, Ken Griffey Jr.
Massachusetts middle school tries to make children wear rainbow clothing for pride.
Smoke to the left. This looks like extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And that's a double.
These kids were saying no to Pride Day.
Waste no time there. That ball was drilled 106 off the bat, and that's the kind of feedback that tells you you're right where you want to be with your swing mechanics.
Here's Mike Trout.
So kids,
that misses 1-0.
What the school was trying to impose on them. And other parents came in and blamed the parents of those kids. I got to tell you,
as a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
In the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes to count. Appears they're working around him with the base open, saying,
well, these 2-0 counts, Boo, they're just not what they used to be, and we sound like old guys when I say that, but ultimately, this is a strategic game, and you expect to see this type of approach by the pitcher in this situation.
That's a strike, and the count is 3-1.
I'm going to read you guys a message I got from a grade 10 student today. Hi, Chris. Thanks for getting back so soon. Oh, here it is.
Out to short, Diaz.
This has to stop.
Tosses to first. 2 away.
Because I said something
we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
Kids, why do I have to pay for it? And he told me that in advance of this protest we had last week, over the PA system.
And that one lifted in the air, center field. Ruiz gets there. He's under it. Puts the squeeze on that one, and that'll end the inning.
Or for transition, that these kids would be likely to commit suicide or have self-harm. A child said this over the PA system for the whole school. This is the propaganda.
We go to the bottom of the first. Here's the center fielder, Ruiz.
Well, people like us come along and talk common sense. They've been so indoctrinated by these school systems to believe that kids are coming
Bounce to the left side.
But they're planning a walk.
The throw to first. One gone, bottom half of the first.
This is
now it's Chase Peterson.
But this is happening all across the country.
For Jacob DeGrom, he comes from humble beginnings. Think about it. A 9th round pick by the Mets in 2010. He went to Stetson, and he's mainly a shortstop at Stetson. By the way, Stetson, if you're wondering, it also boasts another Cy Young Award winner, Corey Kluber. Here's the left fielder, Brent Rooker.
If you, like, children especially have a kind of a...
In there for strike one. DeGrom hit 1 homer in college. You know who it came against?
Chris Sale.
You know, like to say no to...
How about that? Sale a lefty, and DeGrom hitting from the left side of the plate. You don't see a whole lot of lefties homer off of Chris Sale.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
But I tell you, in the school for a year, force-fed kids beat them. All they did was put meatloaf propaganda all over the school.
Back in Oakland, top of the second. And now here is Chipper Jones. Now the right-hander ready to go. Still no score. Ball 1, no strikes.
They went too far. I've been bamboozled by this 20-something generation who love government authority. Wear masks.
Swung on, belted. That's back.
Do everything the government tells you. That's what all these...
Pulls it in on the warning track.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away. Turned his back on the infield. Got to the spot, turned around, and made a nice catch.
And that one is lifted in the air. Capel drifts towards it. Looks it away for the out.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
They can change the census in a decade.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Rooker under it. Makes the play, and it's out number 3.
Older people are passing on. Younger people are entering voting age. There's more younger conservatives than left conservatives, left kids. And so
back here in the East Bay. And here's the first baseman, Seth Brown. DeGrom back to work. There's a strike.
My number one allies, I hate the word ally. People who support me the most.
There's a swing and a miss.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
On a line, Turner pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. And the count 1-1. Just missed.
2-1 to count now. He hasn't seen a fastball yet, but you've got to be ready to hit one because you doubt the pitcher wants this to go to a 3-1 count.
The 3-1. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And yes, he did. He went around. 3-2. Into center. Turner in pursuit. He's got it 2 away. Now it's the right fielder, Connor Capel.
Very specific subsection of affluent white people. This is not something that the black community is calling for, the Hispanic community is calling for, and it's not something the vast majority of white people are calling for.
Out to short.
Very, very
Lindor jumps, throws, and that ends the inning.
And when you look at BLM and the fact that they tied it up so closely in this gender nonsense, and they even put a black and brown stripe on the pride flag to try to
Adrian Martinez comes on now, and this guy can bring it velocity-wise. Here's Anthony Rendon up to the plate.
As hard as they can to get the support of these groups, and so they're going to try to do that just by claiming it's the case. And shouting it out if you disagree with them, having a
a ground ball to first. Flip to the pitcher covering. And one away in the top of the third.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
This is something white suburban mothers with too much time and money think makes them
first offering is fouled off.
I mean, I thought it was a joke. What was that guy's affluenza was? Some kid, rich kid, it killed somebody driving after when they let him out. They're like,
grounder off the pitcher.
He's got affluenza.
Throw on to Brown. They get him, but it was pretty close.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
They got too rich. What's the only do harder? Not too white, but too light.
That one to first, and that's just foul.
It's like, oh, you don't have to be ahead in society. They just start looking into the problems. It's that
Two down, nobody on.
He tweets
Outside.
He lives in Los Angeles, and he tweets, "Yay, they're rioting. Keep it up. Watch the building burn." Then the next day he tweets, "Oh no, they're coming to my neighborhood. Get out of here."
And there's a foul ball.
This is the party that as soon as it's out there, you realize
top of the third, no score.
Look, James O'Keefe did this. It was fantastic. They went to, I believe it was James O'Keefe, they went to people's houses, and they said that they were people who were in favor of gun control. And then the people in the house were like, "Oh, that's fantastic. Like, do you support gun control?" Like, "I do, absolutely." And they're like, "You don't know guns, right?" They're like, "No."
Kicks and fires.
We put a sign in front of your house saying,
Foul ball still, 1-2 count.
Like, we oppose guns. And everybody goes, well, no, you can't do that. Like, you're inviting criminals. Like, what do you mean? I thought you were in favor of gun control.
Fastball almost got him there.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where pitchers would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
The police, woo, and then they go out to assemblies of money, and now they're suing the city because the police don't have to.
Yes, I thought that's called on me 150 times. Always by these people to say that's
3-2 on the way. High fly ball, right field. Capel moving under this one. And makes the play, and that's out number 3.
Are wealthy, and particularly when they're very wealthy, you will never have to worry about their material needs for the rest of their life. There is an increased emphasis on reputation and other people's perception of you, which I
Welcome
think
back, bottom of the inning. Digging in for Oakland, Shea Langoliers.
a poor or working class person, and once you no longer have to concern yourself with having your basic needs met, how you look to other people becomes much more important.
Goose Gossage on the pitch here.
You want to be seen as high status within your community, but everyone else is already very wealthy or have their needs taken care of. And so one way that you can signal your superiority is by saying, I care about X, Y, or Z social cause. And even if you're not necessarily doing anything that actually helps people, if you claim that you are, you're contributing to some cause like BLM, which doesn't actually do anything besides destroy and purports to help black people and others who are disenfranchised.
Chopped in the ground.
This unearned social capital. And I think
zips it across. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
Such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Bounced out to short. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third. Now, Jordan Diaz.
That is unbelievable. I mean, I shouldn't say it's unbelievable. It's predictable that is openly is singled by our law. It is obvious because they're not happy. Liberals are not happy kids. They're avoiding their kids, and in many instances now, they are
pitch misses, and it's 1-0.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
Yes, this is my point.
Gossage ready. Swings through that.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. Talking about just a ton of break. So pumped to get that barrel to it.
On the ground, Rendon throws to first. Oakland goes quietly.
I'm not sure if I'm going to say on air what I would ask if they offer that. I would ask if they look at the house like a candy.
They're passing legislation and all sorts of things.
On to the fourth. Now the number 2 hitter, Ken Griffey Jr.
It's a way for people to agree that The girl is a boy.
That was California had something through the House of Representatives.
And a pitch.
The Senate has the state house.
Ground ball right side. He takes it on his own. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth. Here's Trout. Grounded out his first time up.
Well, look out here. He's going to come up ready to swing in this situation.
If there's a custody dispute going on in Texas, for example, and this mom wants to transition the pitch.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Here comes a pitch. And downstairs. All tied up here in extra innings.
And this is reminiscent to me in the United Civil War. When they had the Runaway Slave Act, you had states of the North saying that we will absolutely not abide by these laws.
Skips in, and excellent work to corral that one. Could have been dangerous. Tosses to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the fourth.
Well, he made it look easy, but I can tell you that was not a favorable matchup.
Abortion seems to be a direct Fourth Amendment question in this country, and Fourth Amendment violation has been most
Ground ball up the middle. Kemp gets it to first. And Freeman is retired. That ends it.
Transgender kid stuff will be the catalyst.
Back here at the ballpark, and now it's going to be Esteury Ruiz. Goose back to work. Check swing, no appeal. Ball 1.
I feel like
and a swing and a miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
1 and 2 here. Battling here as he fouls it away.
So I hear what you're saying about it's not necessarily being a potential catalyst for massive conflict, but I also think that when you're talking about people's children, it's just a question of how many kids you do this to before somebody gets violent. It's going to happen. You're right. I guess they haven't landed on those people who are going to respond violently to them, but they will eventually.
I'm not talking about civilians. I'm talking about government.
You're talking about like the state level.
At what point does the federal government or law enforcement say,
man at second,
you must return the child?
This one lifted in the air, left field. Pulls it in for the out.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Peterson in the box, lays off for ball 1. And he dodges that fastball.
And you got to wonder with first base open, 1 out. Is he going to get a pitch to hit?
Next offering is downstairs. All tied up and here in extra innings. In for a strike, now 3-1. Runner leads away at second. 3-2 now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Snaps it down to second. Now the left fielder, Brent Rooker.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
In there, and it's 0-1. Bounce to third. The throw wide at first, and both runners are safe. So a change being made at first base. Coming in as the pinch runner, Lawrence Butler. So 2 aboard and 2 out, scoreless game. So here's Brown at the plate. 0 for 1 so far. Oh, and this one's blasted. High and deep. It's on its way. Out of here. Ball game. An absolutely majestic shot. And the A's walk it off for the win. A shutout in this one, 3-0 our final score. Oakland victorious. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shelby saying so long.
Yeah, so they go to the second day, and after the second day, they decided they're going to realign it with this 4-millimeter polypropylene line. So to save time, one guy was going to run the line, and Josh was going to go behind and reel up the line. And you can see, I think in the video, there's actual, there's the reel. So the normal plastic reel, I think it's 11 ounces on the motor. But the old, with the polypropylene line came from. So he had a piece of 3/4 PVC through the hole and was reeling the whole line up onto this. So he had that one hand on the reel, or on the stick, with one hand reeling it up, and he said they don't wear the bleeding to the sunrise and the lemon farmers tent. So he said it was complete clear of the whole time. So he was just kind of holding on to the line while he was reeling it up. And at one point, the line went this way, he decided to go that way. They got separated, and he spent whatever time it was trying to find his brother. And the other diver spent time trying to find the line or his brother. Couldn't find it, but he had the reel with the line and went back to the driver. Yeah, so Josh had a line to the back of the van, not the line. Right, and being the dry cable, he thought, my buddy will come and get me. I'll just go back there and wait, which was a smart move. He continued to run out of gas on the video. Yeah, so he went back, and there was a rock, you see in the video, coming down, and the line's tied around it. And I don't know if he couldn't get it untied from the pinnacle, or he just left it and went up. But when I went in, there's the reel sitting there in the bottom. So when I'm going in, the first little bit is really tight. It's like this small. It's just like you're just sliding through the line. And so when I get through that, the visibility was really cool. I could see, probably see maybe 6 to 10. And 27 hours have gone by, and I'm under the assumption I'm doing that. But these guys are super experienced and they're looking for Josh, right? It's not like they got out and just called that. What they told me in the global command center when I first got there was they had done either 7 or 8 dives over 11 hours. And so they exhausted all the tanks they had, all the tanks they could get Thorne and other people to bring them. And by that time, they were physically out of gas. They were out of air, and they were cold, hungry, tired, and probably pretty concerned whether Josh had survived. So they went back to get some food and some sleep, and somebody was getting all the tanks filled. They showed up the next morning, crack of dawn, and the police had everything taped off, barricaded, and there was 2 different dry cave clubs there for topside surface support. There was, I think, 2 different departments of sheriff or police, whatever it was. I mean, there was people everywhere. There was hundreds of people. There was a schedule. When my plane had just gotten a new engine in it, and it hadn't even gotten broken in, so now I got to fly commercial, right? They would have just taken my plane up there. So we all mornings down to Tallahassee, hop on a plane, Tallahassee to Atlanta. Atlanta, they're just pushing us away from the gate to fly to Nashville. And a friend of mine was a Nashville doctor instructor and a fellow cave diver and dry caver lives right there. And he's going to pick me up from Nashville Airport and drive me the hour 45 minutes into the mountains where this is going to take us. As they're pushing us back at the airport, the stewardess makes the announcement that gets to home. So I'm just getting ready to slide it in the airplane mode with my phone in, and it says, it's the sheriff, Ryan Kress. And I see his name 5K Russian guys that have been doing other searching. They gave me as much information as they could. And the funny part was, when they got there, everything was pretty standard off, and they said, we're diving for our friend. He's trapped in the cave. I said, yeah, it's all closed. We're diving. We're waiting for an expert out of there. And the guy said, was it Ed Sorensen? I said, you know him? He said, no, but if I was in there, that's what I would want to do. Which I thought was good, because I never got to say. So they're expecting an expert, and they get me in the boat with me, and they're all eyes on me. So what should I have done? And I said, I don't know. And they're all looking like, did we pick the wrong guy? And he goes, well, I don't know what you mean, you're on the plane. I heard you invested it. And I said, well, I've been doing it a long time. No two of them have ever been the same. So I go in and see what I see, and I make decisions based on it. And it's like, okay. They're not happy about it, but they're okay. So then next question, I have two questions. Are you going to use their line or run line? I said, I don't know. And they're thinking, does this guy know anything? And he goes, what do you mean you don't know? And I said, well, if their line's good, I can't see it from here. If their line's good, why waste the time to go down the line? I said, I have a reel, and I know how many times to go reel like this. And according to Jason's map, it's less than 600 feet. So I said, their line's good, I can tell them. Their line's no good, I'm not. So this is pretty perspective now to clarify. See the future. You did some preparation. That's different than an exhaustive plan. So if you look at a map, you kind of got an idea of the distance or how this cave was laid out. But you weren't sure what you're saying. Anytime I get, well, most of the time when I get a call out, it's like, you gotta go back. And there's zero time. This one I had time because I had a plan. So since I had some time, like all the ones here, like one of them I was actually at the park with like taking out car. Pretty desperate. Yeah. One I was here actually having a meeting with my friend that's another one like me. And he was just like, we're in the middle of a meeting when all of a sudden Frank, my shop manager at the time, and I can hear him at the top of his lungs out of the shop, lost diver. And they immediately, all my keys, always ready to go. And so they have a set routine. So he just back the truck down. And this guy gets this, that guy gets that. And the truck is always but anyway, since I had time, I want to get all the information. I knew I called Paul, he was already on site. I called Jason, I knew he mapped everything. And he said, I have the data, I have the data. Give me 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, he had to stick map. So, but it really is stick map, but it shows you. People, a lot of people say, well, what if I want to do? Okay, well, zero is, guess what? You're blind. If you're 2 feet away, or 200 feet away, it's still blinding them as zero is. So if it was easy, I mean, they had the best divers on from the UK right there. They did 8 dives over 11 hours. If it was easy, they would have found it. Plus, Josh did 3 self-rescues. He had that reel with enough line to get out. He did 3 self-rescues, trying to find his way out just to clear up. So if it was easy, he would have come out. They're all great people. If it was easy, they would have found it. He would have found his way out. It worked. It was small, tight, nasty. And I've never done it before. A stick map really was working. It doesn't tell me anything, but it was so bad. then it changes direction, and I think that's what happens when the direction changes, right? So over here, we use tie it. Go do a wrap or block, or wrap and completely tie it off here. They use this like sneaky boots. It's a big rubber band, and you lash it around the line, and then you move that rubber band over the rock. And here's that sneaky boot falling off of the rock, and then there's this big, looks like a sculpture of line. So there's the next 400 feet of line in a big column of close, twisted, knotted up knots. And I'm looking at this going, oh no. So at that point, there's a little space over here that I just checked to make sure they haven't pulled the body up there. And I just cut their line off, and I threw it all up there to the out of the way. I tied on my reel, and now I've got an explorer cave that I've never been in, and very, very limited experience. So since I'm close to this wall, I can see it, and I can't see anything that way. I can just see mud, and there's all kinds of tracks, paint marks, claw marks, handprints, and so I tied off and just followed that wall. I figured I would go up that wall, search if I could find the air pocket, which apparently they did it 2 days in a row, but they couldn't find the air pocket. So I'm just going to basically go around and do something.
Are you tying anything along the way?
Anywhere I can. There was very, very few tie-offs. In fact, I get to a certain point, and it's kind of sloping up into nowhere, Bill, and I need it to go right. So I'm looking, and there's just absolutely nothing to tie off. It's like scalloped, right, orangey, brown rock. And there's one nub sticking out about the size of a thumb. And I tie around that very gingerly. At first I kind of move it. Okay, that looks like. So I tie to that, and then my line is going more and more and more. And I'm like, oh shit, don't let that break. And I'm going, and then all of a sudden I see this column come down with a line wrapped around it, and there's the spool and the stick still in it. And I'm like, okay, there's going to be a body right here. Because I figured he's died, dropped the reel, and that's that.
Yeah.
So I'm searching around. Now, I carry a Parallel camera in the house. There was so much commotion and people, and that when I went in, I forgot to turn my camera on. And as I'm seeing this, and I'm looking for him, there's a shelf right here, and I bumped my head on the shelf, and the camera moved. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot to turn that on. So I turned it on, and it takes a second for it to boot up. So it's booting up, and all of a sudden I see the shimmering of an air pocket ahead. And I see a line going up there, but it's loose and sloppy, and there's another line going off this way that's loose. And so I just tied around the same rock, and I kept going with my old line that I know I can trust. So I start going up, and I'm searching all around, expecting to see a floating body somewhere. And right as my head pops up, you can see in the video, I'm looking at a guy 15 feet away from me, and his light's still on 27 hours later. And he's sitting there, and I said on one of the interview TV shows that he looked like a mud snowman. He was just head to toe mud. And he was just sitting there calm. And he said, hey, thanks for coming to get me. Stop that story right there, and we go back to the whole family doing the briefing. Before I went to do that, they asked me, the sheriff's department, is there anything on something like this that concerns me? And I said, a couple of things. One, if I find them alive, too hypodermic to aid the drug rescue, then they're not going to be detrimental because I'm basically dragging them out. Somebody and they live in a near-death situation and they find a safe zone, and you take them back to that near-death situation, they can panic and kill you too. And we all know we were all kicked out of here. We know from K-Diving, where you put the outer gas out in front of you. Well, I've been doing this a really long time, and I couldn't find an area where you couldn't find because if he panics, he's going to fall up the distance. For one. For two, I knew I had to see a visibility I came in with, and I wanted to maintain that, and I gave him a play-by-play of exactly what we were going to do. I even told him I even told him there's one guy opposite side of the phone. I said, if you break that off, destroy it. I said, so everywhere we go, when there's a placement, you go, I'm going to physically move your hand. If you jump from the white line that I like to the yellow line you guys are, I'm going to physically put your hand on. I need you to let me move your hand. I said, okay, very good. But I said, you know, a panic I will kill you every time. So that was a concern, and obviously, if he was too hypoxic, they would have a cat today. So when I got to him, you know, and he said, hey, thanks for coming in. I said, hey, thanks for being here. And I'm trying to keep it light. I don't want him to get stressed out. And then the next thing he said was, who are you? Because all you could see was my head, and I think it said kiss. So he assumed it was me, and he said I was over you. So I asked him, are you cold? Are you hypothermic? And he said, no, I have vulnerabilities. He said, I have really vulnerabilities. And he was very calm. And I told him, I am going to get you out of here. I said, do you have enough gas? And he said, he had 50 bar in this tank and 100 in this. And I said, that should be enough to get you out. I said, start with your fullest tank. If you roll that one out, you have to switch to the other one. Just squeeze my leg. I said, I have 7 foot hose on this tank. This tank has enough gas to get you out plus. So I said, I'm going to hang you right here on my hand. And as we're going, every time he would let go of my hand, I was about to return to make sure he was okay. And since he didn't have a wing, and his tanks were still a little bit heavy, every time I turned around, he was down on the bottom and he had his hand. So it was Liz was going through bad. But every time we got that placement, and you'll see in the video, when you get to that column, I show him, you know, most of the time I was just on line. Some of the times I did okay the line, but some of the time. guy, I always start with what's going to be bad. What we're going to do. I gave him an exact play-by-play. And I even, coming up, I knew it was just solid luck. And he was sitting on that shelf. And in fact, the shelf was right at one direction. And I even told him, because I knew it was going to get blitzed. I said, I need you to turn around, and I want you to come in head first. And in the video, you'll see I have my hand out, and he slides in, and I grab him, and I get him right on the line. He shut down where that shitstorm develops us.
I think what helped is that he wasn't leaving that too. Some of us rescues are a little bit more Irish.
Well, I think that one of the things about him was interacting, because we've all had to wait for a 5 minutes, and it seems like an hour. Jesus, what's the key for this? You're not sitting up there for 27 hours, and you have no idea. You know in the first hour, I have confidence in my work. What about the second, the third hour, the fourth hour, the fifth hour, the 18th hour, the 20th hour? You're hungry, you're thirsty, you're in water, but it's all mud. You want to drink that? You got nothing to eat.
Maybe you snap yourself in the eyes.
So,
Observations, two observations. One is with you, in your body. I hope you believe it. It's like you. It's hard. So, one is, you are getting it. No matter what your body, that person is going on. You just have to figure out what you need to do.
right,
They're uncooperative. But these guys want to get out of it too. So like, even if they're uncooperative, you have a ability to get deal with that. I'm not going to just turn around and say, this person is freaking out so bad, and all the way back out and figure out something else.
I'm good at thinking on that. There's like the body recovery business system. The body recovery guy from the IUCN was first found the victim and told him it was impossible. And the sheriff's department would go with, wait a couple months for him to solve, how do we do this? So when I went in, getting him out, I put him through a little mailbox slide. And so I designed the harness right on the spot. As a loop here, it goes around the arm, lift back to the loop line. So you're pulling from the full portion of the full arms out of your chest back. So I also made one for another one where we got to pull out backwards. And it came around the waist, comes down towards the knees, and there's another loop. And then goes around one leg to the loop and on the other leg. So it's pulling from the waist and the knees and from the knees of the shoulder. So all these things that went wrong out of the recovery, where you're trying to get into a slot and you've got an arm up here or a head over here, you know, a lot of times it's really important to break the position how you get them out. So I've always been good at thinking that deep and just making sure I go aside those things.
That's really critical. That's a really easy skill. That's, I just want to make sure everybody understands that level of expertise because you have no idea of the situation you're going to face if you're going to be covered. And could you figure that out on the spot? I mean, let alone get into it. Forget about the skill of getting in there and all that. I don't have that. Really, this is really has to sometimes figure out. That is unique.
And a lot of these, we're doing reserves when, so the items go, I've always found that body recovery is an extraordinary thing. I've always done them all. And I just don't want to have to worry about these things on me. I know what I'm doing, I know if I'm okay or I'm not okay, and I can focus 100% on what has to be done. It's not sitting and feel around what are you do. I took 2 guys on that morning as possible in their system. They were just to stay outside of that slot, still on that special harness. you had a pretty sketchy situation where you couldn't do it alone. You had to get him out from a really tough situation. So, and then he recovered. Now let's cover this one in a different video, because this one has to be going on. Let's keep the clip here, because this is an epic story. Well, and just to touch on that one, so this has never, I doubt you never do that. When that one, when the station that I told you was the show, well, I was told that they had a, they had a huge connection to try and get these guys out, and they only found one of them, and they couldn't get him out. So when I was called, I was told, it's really nasty, it's really tight, it's really small, I know you have a reputation for doing this by yourself, but you're going to need help. I said, okay, hung up. Then I'm thinking, wait a minute, I vowed never to do that again. Who do I trust my life to? Who can I take with me that I think could do this, keep their shit together, and first call was the night zone. It's regulars. I said, buddy, I know you're busy, but he said, let's do it. When we got there, I just told him, your job is just to keep one hand up, because I've done numerous things like that. Vortex where I had to drag it out backwards in restrictions. And so I have to let go of it. I'm pulling and pulling and pulling, and then I have to reacquire it. And sometimes it's not there. And now I've got to take time to find it. So I told him, just your job to hold the line, one hand on me. If the can turns, I need you to stop me, move my feet. And I said, that's all. And then I had the different harnesses that I made. And I showed him how they look up. And so I put it on me. And I'm laying on the floor of the hotel. And he's dragging me around the hotel. And then I showed him another one. And then I dropped the bag. Here's the bag. Here's the bag. And I said, well, he's been in there a long time. That body. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it on the next one. Yes, because I can fit in anything that I can fit through inside my with it on, so it just sits tight. So on the Tennessee one, I called Mike, and it was only 3 weeks or a month after the Connecticut one. And so when he got there, he was just showing up, and I was going to Europe, and he said, what do you want me to do? And now I'm assuming I'm doing fighting. So I said, it's as bad as they say, and it's as cold. I'm going to go in and try and rotate the body. Have your stuff ready to go. When I rotate the body, put me to the line, or in other words, for us to locate him, I will come out, warm up, do whatever we need to do, take you, and we'll do it just like we did the Dominican, and we'll have the body out. And so Mike's all geared up, ready to go, and I pop out with this guy. One of my friends, he's standing here, and I'm about that height. And this was supposed to be, I was supposed to be in there for 3.5 hours. Yeah. And he looks down at me and he goes, really? 45 minutes? You couldn't have swam around and made this so difficult? And then Mike comes up and he goes, so you say nothing to me? That's it. So anyway, we'll save the rest for the next story.
bed. I got 5 hours to sleep. Try to get some.